Good evening, my friends, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I'm your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we got the members of the wrong teams because I forgot to update the information. I knew I forgot to do something right before I went live. So hello, everybody. I'm good at casting. I swear I know how to do things. Don't you worry. We got this covered. Speaking of things that we don't have covered, we also didn't do the map bans. I apologize. I'm unprepared. This is very unprofessional. Whoopsie. Uh-oh. Big oopsies. No, we're all good. Just give me one more second and we will be all set and I can get this done correctly. Team Happy Cloud. Alrighty, everybody. Alright, we got Team Happy Cloud on the left-hand side and Wholesome Halfwits on the right. Thank you for joining me in this very, very well-produced cast. What a pal, thank you for coming by, as well as Kaleo. I am doing wonderful. I'm going to go see my neighbor. He actually has a cover band and they're playing a show at the local gig place. They have shows there and he's playing, so I'm gonna go support him and have a beer. But anyways, I'm sure you're all wondering you're not wondering where I'm going tonight. You're wondering where we're going this evening, and I bet you want to know what maps we've had banned and why we're on Infernal Shrines. I got you. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Team Happy Cloud. They won the coin flip. They opted for first pick for game number 1, banning out both Skya Foundry and Alterac Pass. Sky Temple and Battlefield of Eternity were banned out by the members of Wholesome Halfwits, and Infernal Shrines will be the first map chosen by them as well. I like that. I think Infernal Shrines for a game number 1 is really, really good. That's not my team. Wait, now it is. We've done it. Yeah, a little bit of a hiccup there. A little bit of a hiccup. I was chatting a little too much towards the end. Excuse me. Alrighty, we do have a Ana and a Sylvanas ban on the left-hand side, Diablo and Joanne on the right-hand side, just tanks and damage being removed so far, as well as that healing. Anubrak is really, really good dive, really, really powerful. What kind of beer? Let's see. If we're going to a show, I'll probably start with something like, I'll probably just get Stella the whole time. It's an easy drinking show beer. Tyrande and Imperius will be on the right-hand side. I like that setup. I like the follow-up. Sentinels are really powerful for vision for the friendly team, as well as being able to have that follow-up Lunar Flare on top of the Celestial Charge from Imperius. That is the Jaina and the Malthy on the left-hand side to round out their draft for the first portion here. Great for the solo lane, great for the Shrine, great poke as well. Follow-up onto the Anubrak and Chase as well onto that. Have a good night at the concert. I like that you're supporting your friend. Hodis is already playing, so don't worry about that. Have a wonderful night, Bahamut. Absolutely, absolutely. But what I was saying, Fish Drowner, is that I could do the replays afterwards. I could do the replays. What is it? What is what? The band? Like their cover band. Anduin will be banned on the right-hand side here, and Azul to be removed on the left. That is some wave clear that they do not want to deal with. Also, I mean, like, Zul on this map works really, really good. Like, you can just out wave clear a team, and he can bring that to the table. And it doesn't look like they're going to be going into that any further here if that's what they're worried about. We are through our ban phase, and so we do have this Tyrande Imperius. They are going to need some Shrine Clear, like a Kael'thas or a Gul'dan. Both of those are really, really powerful in their own right. Raynor will be picked up. They're going to apply that Pepper, and Tyrael going to be coming in here as well. So we could see some Tyrael in the solo lane, some Imperius rotations between these two Angels. Oh, yeah. So Fish Drowner, yeah, it was a miscommunication. I asked the Nexus Gaming Series admins to remove me from that game, and they didn't. It was a whole lot of, hold on, what was their response? Because they said something to it, and I was confused, and I have to... Wait, what? You were on this match. That was the one that I mentioned wasn't happening, which was rescheduled. Okay, but I asked to be removed from 2 games. That makes no sense to me. Stukov and Vala are going to be picked up on the left-hand side, so that will be their main support. Really good Shrine control with that Stukov, and Vala will be able to continue to add that damage in as well. Just a general inquiry, nothing specific. Oh, you're just asking what is it in general? Kerrigan rounds out the draft here, so that's going to be their Shrine Clear, their aggression. I really, really do like that Kerrigan as well. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I just am making sure I'm rereading things correctly. Overall, I think it's a really strong draft coming out from both those two teams, and they can really, really bring some great aggression to the table. The momentum that can really start to come out from a Vala team with that Jaina as well, I think is going to be a great way of just like sustain damage, sustain momentum, and they're going to be able to, and then like that in Malthael will be constantly able to just rip apart souls and everything. But now we have also the thing with the Tyrael. We have the Rainer to kind of push back that. Imperius will slow it down, so will the Tyrande, and Kerrigan can maybe shift that momentum back in favor. So it's going to be a great back and forth for both these teams. I'm really, really excited as we get into this. I do believe I also, what a pal, thank you for the follow. I apologize that we missed that, but thank you for the follow and the support, my friend. We are going to get into this. We are in game number 1. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. On the left-hand side, we have the members of Team Happy Clouds. We have Brett Michaels going to be on the Anub'arak. We are going to be having What a Pal. Wait, you just followed. On that Malthael, we have Galaxy Quest going to be on the Vala. Ferret is going to be on the Jaina. And Delta will be on this Stukov. On the right-hand side, we have the members of Wholesome Halfwits. Freckle Pants is going to be on the Tyrande. Neutrons is going to be on the... on that Rainer. Crooked Smile is going to be on the Tyrande. G-Money Drums is going to be on the Imperius. And Dr. Jelly will be on the Tyrael. No. Yes. Yes. Okay, sorry. I was like, I thought I messed up the Imperius and the Tyrael. I'm like, no. Imperius has the molten wings. Tyrael has the whooshy wings, if you will. Thank you for the finger guns and asmopogs right there. Hero Sharebot, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by as well. We do currently have this. I like the potato and then the good luck afterwards. Also, the honest spray is great right there. Let's just go ahead and take a peek really quickly. I also want to just get our controllers set up as well so we can get vision provided for these teams. I didn't hit the button correctly. Stream Deck is just being a nuisance today. Not cycling through things. There might be an update setting in the background for it. But What a Pal will be going into this top lane. Going to be going into this Imperius. G-Money Drum's going to be... I thought they were going to check the bush and we'd be able to kind of showcase that a little bit. But just going to be standing this wave. Like, they're not autoing it. They're not pushing it further forward. Just going to go ahead and just... let the minion wave do most of the work. We are going to be still seeing What a Pal sitting in this bush right now. Let's actually jump over to their vision. We can get that vision for the blue team. Actually, speaking of vision for the blue team, Dr. Jelly in this bottom lane is going to get lurking armed, and that's the follow-up from the Tyrande Lunar Flare, but they're not going to be able to follow up onto the kill. Crooked Smile and friends are maybe going to consider turning around onto this, but they don't manage to do so. They back right out of there, and an easy disengage from them. What a Pal and G-Money Drums will be just kind of battling it out in this top lane for now. We'll take a peek up there as much as possible, but it's just going to be rotation. It's going to be looking for experience and setting up for our first Punisher here. About a minute coming up before you actually have the first announcement for it. 3 minutes into the game will be actually where that happens. I just noticed on this too, like it's just like little details. Just Malthael's floating, like how he just. I noticed it really quickly. It's really, really cool. Just those little details. I absolutely love those in the skins. Because I think in his normal skin, isn't it? You don't see his feet in the normal skin. I think it's just like a black cloud or something. Or there's like a robe, and I don't think there's feet. So it's just really cool just to see him kind of like drag his feet on the ground a little bit. I don't know. It's funny. Start. How's the game? How's the games been going? They've been going wonderful. Kage did an amazing job in our little replay cast, and now we're going to be getting into our game number 1 of our best of 3 series between the members of Team Happy Cloud versus Wholesome Halfwits, and this Division A matchup is going to be pretty good. I think we so far had a really nice balance between the two teams so far in this early game. No major aggression coming out from either or, just pushing out the lanes, getting a lot more experience, and just making sure that they're going to be set up for this first Shrine phase. No Samuros? Ah, that's very true. Is that the Bahamut? Is that the Shinkari? I know that feel... I haven't gotten my black chocobo yet. Wait. But why aren't you getting the golden one? Doesn't the golden one fly? Right? Do I have my Final Fantasy chocobos right? Isn't there's like 4 or 5? Like there's so much of that chocobo thing just to be able to get the Knights of the Round Table. Like that's pretty much why you get that last chocobo, so you can find that little itty bitty island and be able to fly into it and then be able to pick up Knights of the Round Table and then have the coolest 20-minute summon ever happen. It's not 20 minutes, but it definitely is a very, very long summon. Nice drag and pull from the Kerrigan right there. They have the follow-up Lunar Flare. What a Pal is going to take too much damage. First Blood going to be going over to the members of Wholesome Halfwits. And now they're going to be having this Kerrigan living on this point. Brett Michaels going to be taking a lot of damage. They actually find the kill onto Anub'arak as well, and they back right out. We still have our Shaman camps in top lane battling it out. We'll see. We'll kind of take a peek at that as that does progress, because left alone, that is going to be getting a lot of value right there, but then they're going to be able to then just kind of push in. You don't remember? The golden one basically flies, yeah. Okay. and it walks over terrain, because that's the thing, is like you needed to be able to fly, but also you need to be able to walk into, I think it was like a cratered valley kind of thing, so you could get to it, but then you couldn't get to it because you couldn't walk over the terrain. So it was just, I remember my brother spending hours on those like chocobo quests, like the ones where you would like look at a map and it'd be Final Fantasy VII graphics on a CRT TV. Is that I feel like that's wrong. But one of those tube TVs, and so the graphics weren't that great. So you're just looking at this like pixelated map on a pixelated map and trying to just dig randomly, and I have just hours he would spend. And I'd sit there and watch it. Go out for lunch, and you might halfway through next week. Knights of the Round Table does take that long, but that's going to be a follow-up Lunar Flare onto the Anubrek. Really good stun lockdown coming out from Wholesome Halfwits here, as the members of Team Happy Cloud do need to back up a little bit. Dr. Jelly is going to be just anchoring a little bit. That's also going to be the Lurking Arm. They do have that that growing infestation, so it's going to be, wow, hold on, Tyrael blinking in, or at least using the Eldruin's Might to get forward right there. They find the double stun from the Tyrande as well. Freckle Pants on this Tyrande is something to be, it's something to note. I mean, they've been getting a lot of these mid to late game, or I guess early to mid game Lunar Flares consistently and setting up so many great kills. Wow. But What a Pal is going to be just rotating around. I think they're going to be doing double rotations in this, right? They do have the On a Pale Horse at level 1 as well, so they are going to be having that 20% increased movement speed while mounted, so they're going to have 150%, but now What a Pal finds himself between two angels. This is a Diablo battle on a Diablo-based map, but now Freckle Pants is going to come in here and be like, well, no, I want to help out as well. Rain are going to give them that pepper and say, Jimmy's here, and they'll be able to pick up that Malthael kill, and they're going to be able to also transition further into their level 10 talents. Just they're a little bit away, I think, like, what, a minion wave and a half? They're not too far off, but let's actually cycle through the, oh my god. I have been hitting the buttons wrong for this all night, and I just cannot get the cycle command to work. There we go. Alrighty. So we'll look at some of the other numbers, because we can see our 10 talent tiers pop up on the top bar right there. G Money Drums will be backing out. They don't want to take an unnecessary death, especially with the advantage that they have. Pushing the enemy team further forward is just not something they're looking to do. We do have the Shadowstalk as well as the Hyperion, so no Raider's Raider. And then the Shadowstalk for that extra, I believe it's going to be a burst in healing, as well as just the is it increased movement speed and the stealth? I might be wrong on that. Kerrigan, Tyrande, we in 2016 meta? Yeah. But I mean, like, Kerrigan, like, this is the map where she's always, not always, but, like, this is the map where it's like, oh, like, we're on Infernal Shrines, don't ever discount a Kerrigan. I think that's the best way to say it. Judgment, let's go. I wish. No. We're just going to be getting Sanctification. I did cast a Judgment game last week. I remember it. Like, I think someone actually clipped a play that actually utilized the Judgment from, like, last week. I swear there's a clip somewhere that happened last week of a Judgment play. I want to say it was on Tomb of the Spider Queen. What a Pal, though, is going to be coming around this corner. They do have 10 talent tiers themselves. Nothing too out of the ordinary. That Cocoon for the Anubrek just to be able to shut maybe down the Tyrande or anyone else who's being a little aggressive, or even just to chase further in. Ring of Frost for the Jaina. Not going to be going into the Water Elemental, so more setup with that. Can follow up with the Anubrek or be the setup from the Anubrek. And then we also have that Lacerates from the Malthael, just at least notably wise, to be able to apply that stack. Now, the one thing to know is you're going to be looking for heroes that are going to be below that 50% mark with their health pool, because the fact that Lacerates will do the missing amount of damage to that hero. So if you heal, you know, if you're over halfway, then hey, you're not going to be getting much damage, because it's only going to be doing the damage that is currently missing on the health bar. And then I want to check that Shadowstalk really quickly. Stealth for 10, heal, and that's going to be a Vala going down, a Jaina going down. I apologize for missing most of that. Sanctification does come out at a touch late right there, but doesn't seem like it really mattered. They do lose their Kerrigan, but What a Pal and Brett Michaels are going to be in a rough spot as Dr. Jelly is going to be stepping further forward. Rainer will be able to steal away the kill from that Tyrande right there, as they are going to be able to get that penetrating round in, but they back right out. They'll go ahead and jump onto this Punisher and continue to apply the pressure in game number 1 here. I guess 5-man Divine Shield is passable for a heroic. In a sense, yeah. In a sense. I want to get some Wrath of Angiris games. Like, I get it. Like, Angelic Armament, stupid powerful. Look at how much shielding you get. But, I mean, if you want to, like, you know, the Body Slam from Angelic... Oh my god, not Angelic Armaments. From Wrath of Angiris, That's pretty powerful too. No, you can't really. It's just you also have the follow-up damage afterwards, so it's just such a strong tool to bring to the table. But we are going to be having 11 to 13 in levels. They're going to be stepping further forward into this mid lane with the Punisher. Going to get some decent damage in here. Dr. Jelly does throw out the Eldruin's Might. Imperius going to try and step forward as well, and that's Dr. Jelly also using the Eldruin's Might to step back into that fight. Arcane Punisher barely takes much damage as it pushes in through this mid lane, and they're going to step further forward. Wholesome Halfwits are going to be looking to try and maybe even end off of this, as this will be the Hyperion getting the damage in onto this front gate. The Punisher jumps over. They're going to try and pull into the top lane away from this friendly team, but it just says, nope, I want to go back onto this mid lane keep, and they manage to just start to get that siege in here. The Punisher falling below that 20% very, very quickly. Going to be going down right there. Can they actually get the destruction of this keep in their favor, or will it be over an overextension? Huge Ring of Frost coming out. Flailing Swipe actually going to save them a little bit, pushing them out of this area, but they actually want to re-engage, so maybe it was more of a disengaged Flailing Swipe, and that Ring of Frost kind of putting a pause right there, but they found a Nubrak, they found that Jaina, they're looking for Delta as well. They've killed the Kerrigan in the backline, so at least they managed to get that pick their favor, but they're fighting under this keep for way too long. They need to burn it down, and maybe try and take the fight then, but at this point, they're going to back right out of there, and let's actually cycle once again through some of the numbers, because we've had a really good mid lane push here, and they've definitely been putting in that damage as well. 26,000 off of that Vala. Heroic damage, 26,000 heroic damage. 18 on the side of that Kerrigan. Convince Glaciark to let me solo lane, and I'll give you, I'll get you Keg, I'll get you Angel Suplex, I'll get you Judgment, I'll get you Sumuro Band. I think the Sumuro bands just come with the territory, Stark, but all right. Don't worry, I'll be posting just wandering keg memes in your Discord. How about that? Excuse me. I went to take a sip of water, and there was a chunk of ice that I managed to get with it as well. I wasn't expecting that. Leaking strats. Uh-oh. Don't want to be doing that on stream. 13 to 15 in levels. If they want to take a fight on the side of Team Happy Cloud, now's kind of the time to do it while the talent tiers isn't on the enemy team, but I think they're just going to back off, and they're just going to let this happen, because now Siege Camp going to be picked up on the right-hand side. Malthael rotating into mid to get some more experience and make sure these catapults aren't going to be consistently pushing too far forward in the lane, because they do have the keep gone, so that is going to be consistent catapult pressure coming in through mid. If you have a fort gone, it's every third wave for those catapults, and you also get that passive experience gain. They're trying to step up here, and they want to try and take a fight through mid. They don't really have a big retreat path. They're going to be looking for Galaxy Quest. Dive on from the Kerrigan. Ring of Frost comes out, as well as the Web Wrap Sanctification does come out as well. They have that growing infestation in the backline, but it's completely neutralized by the Sanctification. That was the Shadowstalk used there as well. What a Pal is going to get this Celestial Charge thrown on them. Nice Cleanse going to be going out there as well, but they still find the kill onto Malthael. No Lacerates were thrown out right there, as Galaxy Quest is going to be targeted, but they're able to make it out with some 70 health, and now they recite their targets onto this core. And I think they're going to be able to try and take the game here. Death timers are a little bit low, but they're trying to speedrun this game here a little bit, as Delta's taking a lot of damage. Can G-Money get the kill? They don't. They just retarget back onto the core, find themselves a Vala right before they actually do. They get Delta as well. The GGs are going to be called by Malthael. Dr. Jelly and friends will be hitting the core. The wave comes in as well, and that is going to be game number 1 from the members. Wholesome Halfwits. GG. Well played. Alrighty. Speed running without medevac? Yo, Charmander, how you doing? Why did you send that as 2 messages? Let me get a message out to the teams and find out what they want to do here. We're going to be looking at Delta. I'm just updating stuff in my background as well. That way I can actually have proper caster stuff. Swear I know how to do this. Go. All right, they're gonna let me know what that is in just a second. Let's pull it on back to us. Hello, everybody. There we go. I'm going. Oh, did. You're awesome. Thank you so much, Charmander. I appreciate that. We're gonna take this map. All right, what map? All right, hold on one second. Let me. Oh, I see where that went. Oh. Sorry, I just want to get something in the background. Baha, how many of those replays did you do, by the way? I think I've gone, like, I think he gave me... I think Kaimo Tripson gave me 5, and I think I've done 3? 2 or 3? I honestly do not remember off the top of my head. I'd have to go back and look through the messages and see what I've downloaded. I should have marked them some way, somehow, but I didn't, because I'm bad. Them, that's gonna be them. Let's go ahead and get this team into here. Okay, so that's going to be Delta on the left. Yeah. Okay, cool. We won a live game. Wait, what? Have we won a game on this stream with Juice Pirates? Yes. Yes, I do believe Juice Pirates has won on this stream. Sorry, there's a lot of messages and things that I'm not messing up or missing anything. Okay. We're all good. We're all good. Let's get them swapped over to the other side, and let's get the other team in here, and then we'll get going into our next game. Sorry, I've been a little distracted. My apologies, stream. But I'm done being distracted. We got everything set up. I am all yours. Thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for supporting. If you have not followed this channel already, please go ahead and do so. I do a lot of casting here for the Nexus Gaming Series, as well as many other different leagues. Of course, I say I'm all yours, and then I need to copy a link to post in the channel as well. There we go. And I think the banners will be set, and we'll be ready to go for our next game. So thank you all for hanging out. Thanks for the support, and we'll get going into game number 2 here in just a second in our best of 3 series. Oh, I'm excited for this. Okay. We're all good. We just need the last player in here, and we'll get going. I'm super pumped about this. I am ready to go into our next best of 3 game. Okay, I just... yeah, they wanted map. Yeah, they did. Alrighty. We got one ready, we'll get the other, and then we'll get going. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into this. We're gonna get going into our next. Let's go ahead and get into this. We are going to be going into game number 3. Game number 2, we are going to be heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. Thank you for joining me. Let's go ahead and jump on into this. We are on map number 2. This is going to be a Division A matchup between the members of Wholesome Halfwits versus Team Happy Cloud. Wholesome Halfwits are going to be up 1 in our best of 3 series here. If you're wondering how and why that happened and why we're on this map, I got you. We got to Tomb of the Spider Queen, but we got to find out how we got here. Volskaya, Foundry, and Alterac Pass were banned by the members of Team Happy Cloud. They won the coin flip originally. They opted for that first pick in game number 1. Seemed to not do too well for them. We had Sky Temple and Battlefield of Eternity picked or banned by the members of Wholesome Halfwits. Infernal Shrines was the first map chosen by them and won by them. Team Happy Cloud taking a note from the members of Wholesome Halfwits saying, you know what, game 2, we're going to pick the map and we're going to take you to Tomb of the Spider Queen. So let's go ahead and jump on back into our draft because I can already hear it moving on through, as this will be an Anubrak being banned out. They have the Ana being banned out once again as well. I really, really like how they're kind of just already responding in a sense to this. They felt that the Anubrak was enough of a threat that they're like, you know what, game 2, we don't want it. We're not going to be having that on a rotation-heavy base map where you're going to be able to just constantly be a nuisance with control and dive and disengage and engage. So yeah, it's just going to be a rough time right there. But we do have our next ban coming out here, and it could go into some of the wave clear. You could just go into another main tank, and they will be getting rid of the wave clear. They're going to get rid of that Gul'dan. Strong within the rotations, able to also apply a lot of damage over time. Late game scaling value with the Echoed Corruption is huge. Yo, Graysville! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everyone from Graysville stream. We are currently getting into our next game of our best of 3 series. We are in game number 2. And we are in Tomb of the Spider Queen. Thank you once again, Graysville, for the raid. I very much appreciate it. I hope you had a wonderful stream, my friend. What were you up to, my dude? Sylvanas, though, will be the right-hand side pickup here. They also had that Joanna ban out once again because of how just strong she can be, as well as how great she is within the rotations between lanes, being able to then just buff it out, or not buff it out, but get that condemned to pull in a lot of the minions. Zachary, how you doing? Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm salivating at the lack of Samuro bans, so this is what it's like. Tyrande and Malthea will be picked up on the side of Team Happy Cloud once again. So very, very early priority onto that Tyrande Malthea. No main tank for them. They're not really too worried about that role, but Sylvanas was the first pickup on the right-hand side. Really good siege potential coming out from her. They could go into other heroes that siege in really well. Maybe the Rainer here, or they just go in and pick up something like a... I was thinking they're going to be going into their main tank, something like maybe a Garrosh, because it's really strong on a map like this to be able to reposition, but they're going to go for the Phoenix Anduin. Neither team prioritizing the tanks any point yet. Was going to cast but got canceled. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. Those are the worst. Like, I seriously, like, I hate that to my core. Like, that physically makes me angry when it's just, because, like, I get that. Like, I absolutely get that, my dude. I'm so sorry. I really, like, that's the most frustrating thing, because, like, I don't know about anyone else, but I would say majority of the casters, like, we know what we're going to be casting ahead of time, and we plan these things out, and, like, I looked forward to this cast all day. Like, I was pumped to cast with Kage. It was his first time casting, kind of take him on those training wheels and take him through a Division D game in a replay, but it's just one of those things that, like, you know, if a team cancels on me right as I start stream, like, that is just like, are you, dude? Like, I told you so far in advance. But thank you for bringing over the friends. I'm sorry that your stream got canceled. I hope you get an amazing, beautiful stream sometime this weekend. But Purge, thanks for coming by, and Neutrons, thank you for coming by as well. Diablo will be picked up on the left-hand side. We had a Zul and a Garrosh being banned out, so that is going to be the Diablo for the members of Team Happy Cloud. And an Orphea going to be coming out here as well. Really good synergy she can bring to the table. Great wave clear. We could actually see them go into the Chomp at level 7. I actually cannot remember what it is. Is it Hungering something? I can't remember. Either way, we often do see the Mind Devourer at level 7, the questing talent for the Eruption. I actually can't think of the name for that one either. We do have these last 2 picks. They're going to need a main tank and a potential solo lane. So there's going to be the solo lane for the Thrall and a Muradin for the main tank. They actually could go into the Phoenix for the solo lane as well and keep the Thrall within the rotations. But we'll see. They could player swap at the last second here, between the two people. I wish I could have flamed Kage live. Aw, Chaz. He's a good boy. He did a really good job. Like, seriously, like, Kage's got some prowess in casting. He definitely knew, like, he knew when to jump in. He knew when to kind of pass it back and forth. It was enjoyable. Like, I liked working with him. Now we just got to get Chest Looter to come cast. Let's get, we're going to have a Vala here to round out the team. So Malthea for the solo lane. That might be a little difficult if they actually go into that Phoenix for the solo lane matchup, because ranged into the melee is just going to be a rough time. Like, Thrall does have a lot of good poke as well and does have their own kind of self-sustain, so we'll probably be seeing them down there. Overall, between the two teams, a great game, a great start, and we'll see if they can bring it back in this game number 2. So I'm just going to call that. All right. But yeah. Kage, like, yeah. It's the big thing with casting. Like, a lot of people are just like, how do I get instantly better? It's like, you don't. Like, watch casts and find things that you like. Find a caster that you enjoy. Look at how they're doing it. Mimic them in a sense. That's what I did. And then find your own way of casting. Like, I'm down for casting. Okay. Oh, we'll figure something out. But the big thing after that is, like, find what you like, and then just, it's mileage. Like, just do it over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like, it's anything in life. Like, I taught snowboarding for a decade, and I had kids who were just getting frustrated. Like, oh, man, I wish I could, like, I can't get this down. Like, how do I just get better at this? I'm like, you just keep practicing it, and then you'll be better. There's my little lecture for everybody. Let's get into our game. On the left-hand side here, we have got the members of Team Happy Cloud. Ferret is going to be on the Vala. Brett Michaels will be on that Diablo. What a Pal is going to be on the Malthael. Galaxy Quest will be on the Orphea. And in the solo lane, hiding behind this wall, is going to be Delta on the Tyrande. Up one game in our best of 3 series, we have the members of Wholesome Halfwits. We're going to be having G-Money Drums going to be on the Thrall. Crooked Smile will be on the Phoenix. Dr. Jelly's going to be on the Muradin. Freckled Pants will be on the Anduin. And Tron's going to be hitting by that Sentinel. That's GG's right there. Diablo with a little bit of an initiation onto Crooked Smile. Does get the blink out as well. And let's also go ahead and get our player vision set up here quickly. Echo the elements for that Thrall at level 1. Who wins versus Chen versus Malthael? I don't know. I haven't actually got to see that yet, Ronan. I don't know. Dr. Jelly, with the Dwarf Toss out of there very, very low, will be able to get out. That also will be their third win procking, so you get a little bit of that health healed right back up. But this overpower from Diablo will be really good. Sylvanas the First Blood. They managed to start out with a little bit of dominance. And I know we were talking about the Santuma's Spider Queen game during the Kage cast, and this is, I saw that Chaotic Order was saying, you know, I was talking about like early game experience from kills, and I'll highlight like 300 experience, ooh, big deal. Like minion waves are already yielding double that, or near triple that, actually, some of them already are. And so Chaotic Order in chat was just like, yeah, but establishing early game dominance is important. And like there is truth to that. Like early game kills, while they may not yield you a lot of experience, they can yield you a lot of good, like, there's... Because Heroes is a little bit of a mental game, too. If you can get under someone's skin, you can get an early pick for just punishing maybe a minute, or even just any sort of poor positioning or anything like that, or just being able to dive and be aggressive and they don't expect it. That can set off the enemy team in the sense of just, you know, they start to play a little more passive, or, you know, they're a little thrown off by that early game kill, and, you know, it jostles them a little bit. So it's just one of those things to note. Like, yeah, early game kills, they may not give experience value that I always argue, but at the same time, I do agree. They establish early game dominance, and you can get a lot of great rotational value in your favor as well, because now they're going to be playing a lot safer. Nice overpower and lineup, and wow, the Lunar Flare follow-up as well. Dr. Jelly not going to be able to get out of it this time. The Nexus Force is a little too OP as they find themselves a second kill on the side of Team Happy Cloud. They seem to have woken up in this game number 2 on Tomb of the Spider Queen, or maybe this is a minion kill. Oh, they must have looked at their recap, and can we click on, here, let's see, can we click on Murden and look at their recap? No, we can't. I was hoping that we could look at that and see how much of it is. I only need 10,000 hours to be good at anything. There you go. Malthael usually, he can sustain through Chen's damage, clears faster, and does damage when his shields are down. There you go. Chest Litter is off-laned once or twice, I think. Because to be honest, like, Malthael's pretty strong into high health pool heroes, but Chen is just such a unique hero in their own and their own self-sustain is very interesting, and I've seen Chen players who just live through just almost anything, and you're just like, how? And they're like, Wandering Keg, because it's the best talent. No, realistically, it's because of the fact that they're able to switch between the stagger, they're able to min-max their stagger damage, and then utilizing that Storm Earth and Fire at level 10 to be able to mitigate that, and then step forward and still get some kills, and then swap back to your main form. All that stagger damage is gone, you're back at full health, and then you just continue to be a giant panda that's annoying. So I've seen some godlike Chens, but at the same time, Malthael can dominate as well. It was like the argument when Yrel came out, like, no one can beat Yrel in the solo lane, and then a lot of people were like, dude, I can play Greymane Endure and just body. So we actually, oh, nice Leap of Faith coming out from Freckle Pants. That's a big thing to highlight. 80-second cooldown onto that one, but still keeping their Sylvanas from getting overpowered and blown up right there. Jumping into the bottom lane, it looks like What a Palace scattered out Crooked Smile, noting and just like, well, I'm currently 1v1ing this Thrall, but they're going slow. I wonder if they're going to be trying to go for this. So let's actually jump onto the vision for Malthael right now, get an idea of what they're seeing in the solo lane, and we'll maybe jump onto the team fight that will break out, because I feel like we have an inevitable team fight that's about to happen here, and it looks like it's going to be in this bottom lane right now. What a Pal taking a lot of damage, not going to be able to make it out. Oh, they are ripping souls and keeping alive. I cannot believe that Malthael lived through that. They actually still got the Siege Giant camp on the side of Wholesome Halfwits. Stormbolt goes out. They're going to be getting onto Delta, but that's going to be G-Money Drums having to hearth back as they took way too much damage right there. Turn availability is going to be here for both these teams. We have Brett Michaels getting a few gems turned in right there. The Thrall hearth back, but they don't have any gems to turn in, so it's mostly just the players in lane. So that's how you use Leap of Faith without killing your teammate. Taking notes for Kaimo. Oof! The members of Team Happy Cloud will go ahead and also pick up the first Webweaver wave here as well. Now, they don't have the 7 talent here like the enemy team does, but they're not too far off from that. Speaking of things that aren't too far off either, look at Diablo's Soul sitting at 97. Stormbolt went out there, didn't connect. Like, 100 souls on Diablo, that's a big pickup for them. Vala holding 7 for a second there. Maybe they're just deciding what they wanted to do overall, but it's going to be that multi-shot continued. Diablo gets the souls finished out, so they've got that buyback. Looks like they sent the Sentinel out as well to get some vision for the team. Speaking of, let's actually jump to the vision of the members of the blue team, because let's see how they're sieging into this to get an idea of what they see, how the enemy team comes in here, and how they're also zoning. Look at Brett Michaels just anchoring for the friendly team, forcing back Dr. Jelly as they are trying to step further forward onto the enemy team. Lunar Flare goes out, catches onto one. Crooked Smile going to get a multi-shot thrown onto them. That's going to be the overpower onto Dr. Jelly, who gets another Leap of Faith put onto them. These Leap of Faith from Freckled Pants have been so on point. 2 for 2 on these clutch moments, but Crooked Smile takes a lot of damage right there. That is going to be the Mind Devour for the Orphe at level 7, so they're going to be stacking that up. That Chomp goes out as well. That's going to be a huge overpower into a wall. I don't think Brett Michaels was expecting it to go and get the Shadow Charge into the wall as well right there. But they managed to back out, and they'll keep themselves safe. Mid lane going to be cleared out as well, and bottom lane pushed in a bit, losing the front gate in one of the towers for now. And we just see this, we're going to go back into rotations. Actually, they're going to be trying to go for the turn-in here on the side of Wholesome Halfwits. They managed to get it. And let's do the same thing for them as well. Let's see what their vision is going to look like and how they're going to be playing these lanes and into the enemy team. Brett Michaels is going to be in vision. They can see that they're going to be in this top lane. There was a camp that was picked up for mid, so they know that there's a few members who are going to be having to make that rotation. They can count Malthael in bottom as well. So it looks like they're going to be expecting 3 more members to probably pop into top lane. And there they are right there. Overpower into Crooked Smile. A lot of damage going out. Webweaver does drop, and that's going to be a decent amount of damage coming out. And the lockdown from Freckle Pants as well. We do have Neutrons locking down this tower and going to be able to push in further. Orphe trying to throw some damage over the wall as well, but they're going to have to poke at this from range for a little bit as they continue to get that erupt as well. I know it's not right. Dread. It's the Dread. Muradin tries to get the Dwarf Toss out. That time it did not work out for them, and now that they've found themselves that main tank, they're going to be like, cool, let's step further forward. They also zoned out a few of those gems that Muradin dropped, having quite a few on them. Let's actually look at the gem count for both these teams. Actually, they have back-to-backs here. 30, 40, yeah, they have 50, so they need 5 more on top of this if I'm correct on my math right there. We'll also cycle through some of the other numbers here. They do have their 10 talents here on the side of Team Happy Cloud. I noted this at the beginning, but their momentum is really strong here. It feels like they're going to be taking us to game 3, but you never know. Tomb of Spider Queen, almost any map in this game is very rubber bandy. I mean, it's Here's the Storm. It can go any way. Like a late game team fight could completely swap the dynamic and the momentum for either team. But 10s are here for both teams. We do have that Earthquake paired into the Phoenix, which is going to be going into the Purification Salvo. Light Bomb from the Anduin as well. I think that also benefits into that. Is it slow? Well, we'll look in just a second. Once we get through all the other numbers, we'll look at those talents in a second and find out. Because I don't know if it's... I know it's slowed, but I don't know if it's stun targets as well. Because the Light Bomb... I know it has a stun. Does it have a slow as well? I don't think it does. Chat will answer me beforehand, because chat knows all. Turn in here, though, will be available for the members of Team Happy Club. They're going to be trying to find that turn. Oh, no, they're looking for What a Pal, who gets dove on and blown up, and they had the least amount of gems on the friendly team, so at that moment, they're going to say, rush top, go for the turn in. And they deny the turn-in, though. They only need 15 gems turned in. Brett Michaels gets 11 of those in right there. Only 4 more necessary. Ferret in a rough spot. They do drop that Vengeance right behind them. Looks like we are going to be having a DC from one of the players. Are they going to be going for the pause? No. Yes? There we go. All right, let's pull it back. All right, looks like the healer's game froze, so we'll probably have to have them... Nope, they're back already. I'll use this moment to chug tea. All right. Now let's get back into it. Alrighty, we are back into the game. Let's go ahead and see what they're able to do with this potential Web Weaver turn-in. Actually, they have the turn-in themselves on the side of Wholesome Halfwits. 3-2-3 instantly. My face when players don't realize they can pause. See, this is the reason why at the beginning of every single stream, literally, in every single, like, whenever I do the coin flip and all that, I tell the teams that I'm like, I will not do your pauses. That's on you guys. This is actually funny enough. This is one of the first times I actually didn't tell a team that pause break is the hotkey or that you can go through the menu. That's typically what I add on the end of it as well. But the teams know that I don't handle their pauses. Of course, the one person who needs to do the pause isn't there. So that might have not been conveyed, or they might have conveyed it right at the end while they were just like, they're like, my game froze, and they're like asking for a pause, and it's just like, I'm not doing it. That's not my... I'll handle the unpause. I just don't like to be messing up. Drinking apple juice like Kaloran does? Oh man, Kage, I wish. I can't drink that. That's just iced tea. I made some iced tea before stream because it's way too hot to stream with a... Like, summertime, we're not doing hot tea anymore. Like, I end up, like, leaving this room just sweating. But I have been making iced tea, and that's working out pretty good for myself. I wouldn't be able to cast if I was drinking apple juice. We do have What a Pal getting dove right now, and that's going to be a lot of damage. They find themselves a kill, and Malthy will be picked off as these red Web Weavers continue to push in the lanes. Wholesome Halfwits coming back in this game as it has progressed and putting on the 13 talents here for themselves. Let's see if they're going to be able to get more than just this fort. This Web Weaver in mid is going to be pretty low. They could back out. Actually, really quickly, what's the gem count look like? They do have turn-in potential on the members of Team Happy Cloud, but Wholesome Halfwits, they can control these turn-in points. That's just going to be denial. Yeah, you can say they're just trying to deny. And they need to get another 30 gems, 33 realistically, on their side for Wholesome Halfwits. And having these two that are going to be just sitting here, well, I'm going to contradict myself. Because, like, top lane's pushing out, mid lane's going to crash here and there, so they have to wait for a lot of the waves to come back to them, or they have to step super far out into lane, which is a little bit risky. Hey, a masked introvert, how you doing? Say red Web Weavers 5 times fast. Red Web Weavers, red Web Weavers, red Web Weavers, red Web Weavers, red Web Weavers. Oh, iced tea, yeah. I think I actually did 4 right there, but we'll count it as 5. Because caster math. And that is going to be the continued just hold in this mid lane. You can see that they really, really want to turn it on the side of Team Happy Club. But Wholesome Halfwits, they're just kind of dominating and just saying like, cool, we'll send one up into top here and there, but we're going to mostly be in the mid so we can rotate around and deny any sort of this turn-in. They also do have Thrall, who's going to be able to poke, and they do have those 2 charges from the Echo of the Elements. They're just going to say, let's take the team fight lock. That's going to be the Lightning Breath coming out. That's also going to be the Purification Salvo, and also going to be the Earthquake. So much damage goes out. They find the Tyrande, Malthael, and the Diablo. Orphea goes down as well, and they pick off the Vala right at the end. all of those gems go down. They still only need 4 to turn in, but that's a great pickup and kill streak coming out from the members of Wholesome Halfwits. The big yikes is called right there as well. And now Neutrons will be pushing out that wave. They grab a few gems, but they want the boss. The death timers aren't the longest, so they got to make a quick decision to this. Bedfev Beavers. Stick that on your highlight reel. There you go. Yeah, that's how we're going to open up my highlight reel. It's just like, look how quickly I can say this without stammering. Kinda. Spooter butts all over the floor. Oh my god. That was a really... We can pretend that our healer DC'd. Sorry. That's so good. Oh my god. 16 to 14 when it comes to levels, 4 to 8 in kills. I think I said that completely wrong. 14 to 16. I thought I said 16 to 18. Anyways, let's go ahead and push in further. Maybe it was apple juice the entire time, but top lane keep is going to be going down right now. That is going to be the Echo, that's going to be the Thunderstorm finish right there. Crushing Jaws comes out from the Orthea, but they're not going to be able to follow up too much. The Lightning Breath will just get right at the end of that Sylvanas. They do get the Purification Salvo and pick off the Diablo once again. Can they step further forward beyond just this? They actually get the Orphea as well. Earthquake comes out from the Thrall. This is going to be getting, like, these pulses for the Thrall will be proccing that Frostwolf Resilience. Dr. Jelly is going to be in that avatar form. They do have the Stormbolt onto them. Do they have the kill? They do find the kill right there, and now they move their way onto this core. Once again, a strong showing coming out from Wholesome Halfwits, and they're going to be trying to end here. The Vala and the Toronto are the only 2 left, and now they're just going to be going straight. It's just this team on the core. That's it. They're pinging the Anduin. I think they're going to try and get some autos onto them, and nah, it's not going to be happening right now. They whittle this down slowly, but it looks like the members of Wholesome Halfwits have taken this series 2-0. GG. Well played. Wait, Murden picked Hot Dwarf Boy at level 13? Oh, are you Burning Rage? Excuse me, Bronzebeard Rage. I will say this. I do appreciate that a lot of the heroes have their own unique versions of things, but like, God, do I miss the days of casting when it would just be like, oh, that talent is the same name for all heroes. Like Diabolical Momentum, that used to just be Battle Momentum. Like so many heroes just had Battle Momentum, but now it's demonic, Diabolical Momentum. There's Angelic Momentum, I think. Everyone has their own unique one, which I'm okay with. Like, I get that, but at the same time, like, on the casting side, it was so much easier to remember talent names. But at the same time, like, I'm okay with just calling this Hot Dwarf Boy. Alright, let's see here. Let's get an interview with one of these players really quickly. The winning team was going to be Wholesome Halfwits. All right, chat. Do you guys want to do like Executioner? Yeah. Do you guys want to do like a replay cast after this? Thank you for casting, Bahamut. You're welcome. Thank you for playing in the games. Oh, Dr. Jelly's offline. All right, I'll message a different player on the team. We'll message Neutrons. All right, show stats really quickly because we didn't get to see that much. We're playing lobby tag. All right, at this time we're playing lobby tag, but at this time I'm going to be joined by 2 of the members from Wholesome Halfwits. Congratulations on your 2-0 victory. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. It was really fun.
Do we have the record for the fastest domination? Because that was a 26-minute domination.
I actually think Gilly Shark might have you beat.
What? For domination?
I think so.
Oh man, damn it, Gilly
Because
Shark.
because I think they had like a 7-minute 20 Dragonshire game or something like that, or Cursed Hollow, and then they had like a 10-minute game after that. Like,
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
like I think Gilly Shark did it in like sub 40 domination. But
Damn.
still, I mean, let's be honest here. 2 roughly 13-minute games. That's really, really good in Division A. So let's actually talk about those. Let's back up and go to Infernal Shrines for game number 1. Your team looked really, really strong. Was it the composition? Was it the Kerrigan? What was it that really kind of solidified that game number 1 win for you all?
I just think Imperious Tyrael synergize so well together, and when you have with those two, you can add that melee character because you have a lot of support in that with that dive. So I think it really is a great comp, and we play it a lot, and so we're pretty practiced at the CC combos.
I agree, small child in the background. Actually, so I was corrected in chat. So in-game time total, not counting draft, 21 minutes and 25 seconds from Gilly Shark.
Freaking 5 minutes. Like roughly 5-6 minutes. Right, we'll just have to beat that too.
I like how Division A is just going to become speed running. That's it. But no, I mean, game number 1, I agree. Like, all that dive synergized super, super well. The follow-up, like, the Tyrande Lunar Flares from game number 1 were so on point. Like, Freckled Pants plays a really, really good Tyrande, because there was a lot of double stuns. Like, there was that double stun right at the beginning where you got, like, I think it was the Jaina Malthael comboed in the bottom lane, and then you just dove in further. Like, that was just great synergy and really good communication. Is that something that you work on as a team, that communication, those dives, and that kind of blow-up synergy?
Yeah, we're kind of hot or cold with it. Either like it kind of just depends on how we're feeling that night. Either we go in and we're the most communicated team, we're just talking, I'm right clicking this target over and over, or we say nothing all game and it's just really bad. So it's something we're working on, but it's not something we do perfectly all the time.
That's fair. Hey, I mean, communication's a hard thing to work on, and I remember playing in like toxic teams where like literally someone was just like, let's play a game where no one talks because they're just sick of one person just being like extremely just over the top and just like, all right, we got to find our place with shot callers. So I get that. There's days when it's just like everyone wants to shot call, and there's days when it's just like everyone wants to do their own thing. It's just like, I can hyper carry on my own. But we transitioned to Tomb of Spider Queen for game number 2. And they kind of put up some decent kills in the early game. They started getting a little momentum. Was that a little bit of a nerve-wracking point for you, or were you just like, we got to hit this point in the game, we'll kind of scale, and then we'll be good to go?
I think with that one, they were pressuring the turn-ins really early, and I don't think you get much value out of the turn-in until like just after it. So I was fine with their early lead as long as we didn't lose too many gems.
Okay.
And we didn't really. I lost, I think, 20 in one of the team fights, which wasn't great. But
yeah,
we strung together two back-to-back turn-ins right after that, I think, though, and just kind of kept the lead from there with some macro.
Yeah, the momentum you brought to the table was huge, and it was a great game to watch, and just really great calls as well. It was. I said it already before, but like the team, I agree, small child. The team did an amazing job throughout that entire matchup, and it was so fun to watch. And do you guys practice a lot? Do you scrim a ton? Can you talk a little bit about the team dynamic in the background a little bit?
We probably are the team that practices the least. Our schedules clash really hard a lot, so really the only times we have per week to get together are for matches. We'll practice like in 2s or 3s here and there.
Okay.
To just try and keep some synergy, but we don't really get to core 5-member practice a lot. We have subs and stuff that practice with us, but they don't really get to shine in games. But yeah, no, we don't. Unfortunately, we don't get to practice a lot, which is probably will be our downfall throughout Div A. Once we start playing the like really stronger teams, like when we played against Gilly Shark and stuff already, like you could just see that we don't practice as much. We have days where we're really hot, and then we have days where we're like, oh yeah, we haven't practiced this or played against this or so.
Yeah, no, I can absolutely understand that, but it was really, really good games, and it was a blast to cast. Before I let you go, any shoutouts that you would like to give? The floor is all yours.
Shout out to the team for showing up, as usual. Shout out to you for casting. Can't wait to watch. And that's it. Bob?
Yeah, shout outs to Blizzard Activision. Shout out for the baby that bloodied her nose halfway through game 1
Oh,
and
no.
was a trooper and just powered through it with me. But yeah, no, it's good. I like it. Thank you for guessing for sure.
Absolutely. Well, enjoy your 2-0 victory. Have a great night, and I'll see you all further down in the Nexus Gaming Series season.
Yeah,
You too.
thanks.
Aw.